So, welcome to this information session for Good Grief the Oracle. I'm Angela Aurora Medway-Smith. I'm the lead author of the Oracle book series, and this particular book will be. I'm working with my dear friend and fellow author Debs, I'll introduce in a moment. I've had a long day. And I've been talking all day, so please forgive me if I fluff. So the Oracle Book series is a divinely guided series of books that has a very special model. The books are designed to empower people. So we have two books in the Energy Healers Oracle series where people join. Sorry, I'm trying to watch the door at the same time, so please forgive me. So we've got two of the Energy Healers Oracle books where we have gone into different types of energy healing modalities and provided people with the tools that they need to be able to work with those modalities. The next book that came out was the Magdalene Oracle, Awakening the Power of the Rose, which is all about the Divine Feminine. We're just about to launch the Intuitives Oracle, which is the book I wish I'd had in my hands 40 years ago when I had a spiritual awakening that talks about all things intuitive and how to develop your clair senses. And this particular book is very close to my heart, and we are looking to support those navigating a journey, their journey with grief, with soul practices that they can use at home, be inspired by the stories of the authors, and be empowered by the practices. So that's a little bit about the series. So I'm Angela. I'm a psychic medium, I'm a mystic, I'm a teacher of healing. I'm in the business world. I managed organizations and teams of up to 300 people. I'm used to managing huge projects. And this will be the fifth Oracle book, the fifth collaborative book that I've led. Each and every one of them has been a #1 international Amazon bestseller. I've also published my own channel books, and you can see some of my books behind me. And I've also been in collaborations. So I think this will be my 13th book, which is a bit scary, actually. Number 13, lucky for some. So let me introduce Debs, and she can tell you a little bit about her writing journey.
Hello. Well, it's an interesting thing, isn't it, the writing journey? Because I think for me, it came from nowhere, and I didn't aspire to be a writer. I didn't think I was going to be a writer, and it all came really from grief. So my writing started from grief, and this is where the idea for this book actually came from. I wrote my see now where is no, that's really weird.
You have to put it against your chest, Debs, for it to work on. Oh, no, you've just, there you go.
Thank you. That's a good tip. It's called The Day I Didn't Kill Myself, and it was the proof that there was life after divorce, depression, and suicidal thoughts. And I didn't write that. I mean, we're going back into the 80s when all this happened to me. Sorry, the 90s when all this happened to me. But it's what got me, that particular part of my life is what got me into therapies. I received therapy to help me get through it. And the type of thing that happened to me, I then decided I wanted to train in. Now, out of that black hole that came from the depression started to come writing. But it came out as poems. So I was writing a whole load of poems. So the book that I've just showed you is actually not just prose, it's prose and poems that sort of depict the journey through from the dark to the light. And for me, that was my journey. So my writing came from nowhere, but actually, I think it did come from somewhere. And it doesn't really matter where your writing comes from, I think, so long as it comes from your soul. And this is what's so important about, I think, the Oracle series and this Good Grief book. It's coming from you, your soul, your individual journeys. And what we want to do is to help use our own stories. So that's every single one of you that will be in the book, to help others. And that's why I wrote my book, because I thought, if I can help just one single person, just literally one person with that book, and I have found out that it has helped more than one person, I've done my job. And it's really funny because I didn't think I was going to do any more writing. I thought that was it. And then came, I know where to put it now, this one. And then came this one. And then came this one. And then came this one. All I've just written chapters for all of them. They're not my books. I don't know what the word is for somebody that writes in other ones. Ange, can you help me that well?
You're a collaborative author. They are your books. The book wouldn't exist without you.
I'm
And yeah, so from my perspective, the Oracle books belong to everybody. They're our books. They're our words. They're our passion. They're our vision. And, that's how I approach everything, is that they belong to all of us. And we make them as special and as powerful as possible.
Yeah, and I didn't think I was going to be writing anymore. I really thought that last one, Follow Your Stores, I thought, well, what other stories have I got to write? And then just like the poems came from nowhere, I suddenly had this, well, what about grief? Good grief. Because I do believe that grief, even though it doesn't feel like it at the time, is good, because we, as Brits, we're very good at keeping everything in, aren't we? But we don't wail and beat and let our grief out very often. But there are lots and lots of different ways of grieving, and there are lots and lots of different ways that it comes, isn't it, from different types of loss. And I just had this idea, wouldn't it be wonderful to write a book that would help people through their grief? And with so many different types of tools, different stories, because there are so many different ways of loss. There's so many different types of loss, from loss of a job, a career path, to obviously, losing loved ones. But there can be so many different nuances with it. And I thought, well, there's all these millions of people in the world that are suffering from this. It's a human condition, isn't it? What if we could do something that was really, really amazing, that would help all of these people, or as many people as can get hold of the book? And again, it's back to that. If it just helps one person, then, we've done our job. And that's where the seed, and I thought, well, I haven't got the experience to actually produce a book. I've done my self-publishing, but not with loads of other authors. And that's where my gorgeous friend Ange comes in. I just knew that she would be the person to work with on this one, and to lead me and organise me. So that's
Thanks, Debs.
from anyway.
Thanks. So what we're doing is offering hope through real stories of loss. And we're pairing them with practical processes, therapeutic tools that can create lasting positive transformation for people. And our aim is simple: to help people move their life from grief toward grace. I mean, with time, grief can become a teacher, which reveals to us a deeper capacity for empathy and resilience and connection. And our vision is that good grief will be a lantern on path of grief for people, shining light and helping them make real change in their lives, and reminding them, those grieving, that they're not alone. So we'll be supporting our authors to craft stories, to share wisdom and soul practices. And those of us who've walked through the darkness and emerged through the light have that, and we've walked the walk, and we can talk the talk. So we want our readers to be able to discover the tools that they can use at home to help them release, to help them remember, and to rebuild, and to feel held gently as they journey through the landscape of loss. You know, it depends where we are. I mean, you know, grief is a never-ending process, and you know, but grief isn't the end of someone's story. It can be the opening of a new chapter, and that's the inspiration that we want to be able to give to people. Okay, do you want to say anything else about our vision, Debs, before I move on?
No, I think between the two of us, we've actually covered, yeah, how we see it and why we wanted it to come to fruition. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So the books are collaborations. So we come together as a team. Debs and I will lead the team, and it's a very organized process that I've refined over the 5 books. And we've also got other people in the team who support us as well in terms of editing and administration and design. So everything is led from a professional stance. So there will be writing coaching, editing support, and just as being part of the project, you'll organically grow as a writer. We provide a comprehensive, professionally designed digital marketing package so you have tailored graphics for you. There's a huge amount of support within the community, and it being the 5th book now, we'll be almost up to 100 authors by the end of this, and there are massive opportunities within the community for collaboration and for growth. You know, it's really exciting when I see and I hear what's going on between the Oracle authors and what they're doing, and working together on different projects and supporting each other on different retreats, writing books together. You know, it's endless. It's absolutely endless. So we aim for the stars. So we aim for #1 international Amazon best-selling author status for our authors and for our book. And I've achieved this in every one of my previous collaborations. And we teach you how to do this for your own solo books going forward. So there's a lot of learning as well. So our book will become a platform for you, so you can share your insights and transform lives on a global scale. Many of the authors use it as a jumping off platform to appear on podcasts, to participate in collaborative events and access other media outlets. So we have all sorts of things happening. We get a celebratory launch. I'm in the middle of doing all of the author interviews for the Intuitives Oracle at the moment. So you get a professional interview that you can then add onto your website or use in your socials. There's so much stuff. We create press releases. Loads of different types of marketing material are done for you. And we put all of this information in a marketing vault in our Facebook group, which is just a group for the authors, that you can go and you can pick those up at, you know, at strategic points through the project, but they're always there for you afterwards as well. So in practical terms about the writing journey and publishing process, I'll talk about that in a moment. But first of all, I wanted to talk about how this project can help you offer healing to others and yourself. Because what I found is that writing about your own experience of grief it's profoundly cathartic because it allows us to give shape and meaning to something that's often so vast, overwhelming, and wordless. The grief we carry lives not only in the heart, but also in the body, in the subconscious, and in the soul. And when we write, we begin to move that energy from inside out. We release suppressed emotions. Through our storytelling, we start to make sense of the loss. I mean, believe you me, even if you think, yes, I've dealt with that, it's all done, when you start to write about it, another layer is revealed and becomes peeled off. It empowers transformation because as that story unfolds on the page, we begin to witness our own resilience. We see how far we've come, how deeply we've loved, and how capable we are of moving forward. And writing about our grief turns this grief from something that happened to us into part of the sacred story that we're living. So the writing, in essence, isn't just an expression, it's an act of healing. And as a result, we give hope and inspiration to others on the similar journeys. And in practical terms, we're going to empower them with our individual soul practices that can help them navigate this journey themselves. You might call them tools, you might call them practices, but for me, Debs and I haven't even had this conversation yet. I've been feeling into it today, and it feels as if they need to be soul practices because we're looking for healing on a very deep level for those of us that we're supporting with the book. So practical stuff and what's in it for you? You know, apart from being an Amazon international bestseller and the writing coaching and all of that, we have an early bird investment at the moment. So we already have 5 people on our wait list, and the early bird is £888 or 1111 US dollars. And you can reserve that, you reserve your place with a small deposit. So you might pay the £88 or $111 to secure that price because the standard fees are $999 or US dollars 1333. Now, to self-publish and market a book, you'd be looking at a minimum of about £2,500. So this is a really good foray into the writing and publishing world with lead authors who have proven track records. So we publish in English initially because I'm looking to translate all of the Oracle book into other languages as time goes on, French and possibly Spanish. So we publish in print, we publish in ebook, and we publish on audio. The Audible book always comes in a little while behind because we have to wait for the book to finish first and then get everything, have our voice actor then narrate the book. And, ACX, who are behind Audible, take a really long time to publish, even when it is finished. So we launch first on Amazon and we're looking at 1111 for good grief. And we do this to get those all important accolades. But we also have the book will be available on all other digital platforms. Waterstones have been picking up the Oracle books. as have quite a few large American chains like Walmart and Barnes and Noble. They've been picking them up as a matter of course every time I've released them for the last few years. So we have a maximum of 25 authors in the book, and we've already had several applications, which is really exciting. So the format is group coaching, and we hold your hands every step of the way. First of all, we talk about writing, how to craft your chapter title, how to write in a collaborative book, because it's very different from writing a solo book. You've got to get your message over in 3,000 words, and then you have an additional 300 words for your biography. The biography is a full page for every author, or a full page is available for every author. So there's business development coaching, there's marketing coaching. We teach you a killer book launch strategy. As I say, I haven't failed yet. And writing in a collaborative book can be such a powerful tool for boosting your business and establishing yourself as an expert in your field. And even if the thought of writing terrifies you, we walk you through the creation process and teach you not only how to write your chapter, but to showcase yourself and your business. So what's in it for you? So writing in a book collaboration or writing a best-selling book gives you the power of authority. It showcases your expertise, demonstrating your knowledge in a tangible and authoritative way. And your book becomes a powerful calling card that can showcase your skills, experience, and unique insights. And it elevates your status from being a business owner to being an authority in your industry. And by positioning yourself as an expert through our book, you'll naturally attract new clients. This is why I've published in so many book collaborations, because you don't know whose hands they're going to end up in, and you don't know who's going to reach out to you from the book. And I've had clients come to me from parts of the world I couldn't even have imagined, because some of the book collaborations that I've been in, from Indonesia, from India, from the Philippines, that you just don't expect it, as well as what you would expect, the UK, Europe, and the States and Australia. They come from everywhere. Because you're not alone. Because we are a team, the power of the team moves our book through all of our communities into the communities of those communities. So you get a really huge reach being in a collaborative book. So, as I said, I've expanded my client base into brand new international markets. And the calling card, I can't express how strong this is, because when people can see your signature chapter in a book, it's demonstrating you're not just another business trying to sell something, but you're a trusted source of valuable information. And, you've got an edge over your competitor. So I've made my investment back in every one of the collaborative books that I've been part of by book sales. So I've used this stream of income. So we allow the authors to buy the copies at author price. which means, so let's say, for example, and I've got to pull figures out of the air here because Amazon prices the book based on the number of pages. So I just have to give very rough figures. So you can expect a copy of the book to cost you between £3 and £5. And then you can sell that book on for the cost price, which I'm putting them up for £16.99 at the moment, and that may go up next year. So you're looking to make at least £10 back on every book that you sell, and you can sell them through your website, you can sell them at fairs and festivals, and I am more than happy for you to make individual arrangements with bookstores in your area as well. So if they want to stock a book for you, if you have a book launch in a particular book, and we teach you how to do this, how to approach them, give you all the materials that you need to make those approaches and have the confidence to do that. So it's a way of accessing speaking engagements and consultation opportunities. So I was invited to speak at a conference in Florida earlier on this year as a result of being published in a book collaboration. So with your book in your hand, you're more likely to be invited to speak at industry conferences, seminars, and other events. And some of these speaker engagements can provide you additional income, but they'll also increase your visibility and reach. On top of all this, we've got expanding your professional network. So it gives you the opportunity to connect with other experts and influencers and thought leaders in your field. And as I said before, these can often lead to collaboration opportunities, joint ventures, and further growth. If you're smart, your book becomes a powerful marketing tool for your business, and you can use it to generate buzz and attract media attention. We give you the materials to be able to reach out to journalists and bloggers. You know, you can create spin-off products and services. So you can develop online courses and workshops or coaching programs based on the concepts that you discuss in your chapter. And this allows you to serve a wider range of clients and generate additional income beyond the book sales. So finally, writing in a collaborative book has got the potential to transform your business. So by establishing this authority, attracting new clients, generating additional income, and opening doors to new opportunities, not to mention building lasting relationships with other incredible authors and change makers in the Oracle communities worldwide, as I was chatting about earlier. So if you are ready to jump, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask them, and Debs and I will be happy to take all of your questions. Just put your virtual hand up and unmute if there's anything you'd like to ask. No, everybody happy? Okay.
You've clearly covered everything so well.
Well, yeah, I hope so. I hope so. So the next steps. So if you're interested, I will pick up a copy of the application form and drop it into the chat. I should have had this ready. So basically the application form is on a tab on my website, which talks about becoming a published author. The information page gives a lot of the information that I've talked about already. And but you can see it's sort of written down there. And at the bottom is an application form. So if you go ahead and complete the application form comes to me, and I then chat to Debs about it. And if we don't already know you, and we arrange to have a little chat with you just to make sure that the project is a good fit for you, and away to go. In terms of timeline, that's something I haven't talked about yet. We have plenty of time. So we're looking to kick off the project in May 2026 and publish on 11/11. And that means that we have the grace to be able to offer payment plans for anybody who's interested in, paying off in, say, 4 chunks, for example, to make it more feasible and affordable. And because May will be soon upon us. Is there anything you wanted to say, Debs, to round up?
Yeah, I think the one thing that I just really wanted to say is what's so amazing, having been an author in one of Ange's books, and one of the reasons that I actually wanted to ask Ange to co-author with me on this is the energy that Ange brings to her books are absolutely phenomenal. And it's the collaborative energy that makes these books rise and makes them stand out from the crowd. And it's that positive energy and a beautiful heart sourced energy. And that's what we're looking for from our authors, which is why there's an application process. So, we want to make sure that everybody is a good fit for this book. Everybody has the perfect energy, the right energy, the right mindset. Because I have looked at, I will be totally honest, I've looked at other books to collaborate with, and I've just not felt that. There's been a lot of negativity, a little bit of sort of like woo, 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 in the background, and anything like that can affect the energy of a book. We all know the reason. Sorry about the other two, but we know about energy. Everything has an energy. So we will have a collective energy. If we have the right people in this book, we will have a beautiful collective energy. And that's what we're looking for. And that will make this book absolutely soar. I mean, I'm convinced of it. It's needed out there. There are other books on grief, but there's nothing like this. I think it's a gap that we can very, very easily fill with all of the expertise that is out there and all of the stories that are out there. So that's what we're looking to do. And if you wish to join us, that would be absolutely amazing. But if you don't, that's perfectly fine too. Maybe just not this time, maybe another time. But in the meantime, I'd like to say thank you for coming on anyway, and giving us your time this evening. It's been really, really lovely to see you.
So thank you, Debs, for those lovely words. I open every author session, every coaching session, I open in sacred space. We opened, Debs and I opened in sacred space before we even came on this evening. It's part of me. It's what I do. It's how I approach everything. Because I feel it's so important. If we're going to help people, we need to do it from the right place. And yeah, as Deb said, we'd love you to be on this journey with us if it feels right to all of us, and if your soul is called to do it. I do feel that all of the Oracle books have been soul-led projects, and this is absolutely no exception. So Thank you, everybody. I will stop the recording now.